in early 2017. Where did this come from? And he said, well, he says, I think it was started from Republicans. That, in fact, was a lie. Now he claims he didn't know the Democrats had anything to do with it.
That is House Intel Committee Chair Devin Nunes accusing James Comey of lying to Congress about that anti-Trump dossier. So what sort of fallout can he face now? Here to weigh in, Fox News contributor Sara Carter. Sara, thanks for being here. So on that issue or others, what legal issue could Comey be in at this point?
Well, Comey's in a number of legal issues. Let's just go back to his interview recently with George Stephanopoulos, the first interview he had, where he specifically asked, did you tell President Trump at any point during your first meeting with him, when you briefed him on the dossier, that the Democratic National Committee and the Hillary Clinton campaign paid for this dossier? And he was like, no, I just didn't think it was where we wanted to go. It wasn't something, do you think you should have? I don't know. Then he tells them in January, listen to all of these conflicting statements. In January, Congress asked them, he asked directly, Devin Nunes and the others, where did this dossier come from? And then he says once again, well, I think it was the Republicans. He is consistently lying about this dossier, and he's getting himself into hot water because, as we know, even with the memo leaks, and that's another thing that he's conflicting himself on, even if he tries to say, well, I didn't believe this was all classified, why not just declassify them yourself and hand them over to Congress? Why all the runaround? Why go to Daniel Richman, the professor, turn over those documents to him, two of which we know had contained classified information, and then have Daniel Richman leak them to the New York Times, and then come out and admit that you were the leaker because you wanted to move forward with a special counsel with the hopes that they would call a special counsel? Comey is going to have a lot to answer to, and Inspector General Michael Horowitz is sifting through tons of information, and I believe they will catch him in multiple lies.
Well, and think about the timing right now of the media blitz. His book tour, he's been everywhere this past week. How much worse has he made it for himself? Because I have seen people on the other side, on Republicans and Democrats, saying that he's actually made us question him even more through his media interviews.
Oh, absolutely, Abby. Think about this. The IG didn't release the report on McCabe until Comey started his book tour. You have to ask yourself this question, why was that? Because he's obviously watching Comey very closely. He's listening to everything Comey is saying. He's collecting that as evidence as well. This is very important because everything Comey says now is going to be either used against him or support him in whatever report Horowitz is putting together. And remember, there were many times he was under oath and many times that Congress felt that he was not being truthful to them. So this is also something that Congress is investigating, and it's the reason why Devin Nunes and others have fought so hard to get these documents. They continually have to keep forcing this threat of contempt against the DOJ and the FBI to get these documents. And out of all those millions of documents, right now I've been told, they only have over 3,000, and I've been told 47,000 of them pertain directly to the investigations that they're conducting.
Wow. Big stuff coming.
Sara Carter, thank you very much.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Sara. All right, still coming up on the show, some in the media reporting the White House is skeptical of North Korea's nuclear freeze. Is that true? Well, we're going to ask Kellyanne Conway. She joins